Hello YouTube! Today on the Naughty Librarian I am doing my Friendsgiving book haul. I'm kind of part of like a bookish crew, I would say. We all kind of go to the same events, we all kind of like the same books, and we all have met each other so many times that we're all kind of like a friend group. And like we kind of throw parties and we get together and we have like book parties. And I'm very fortunate that I have the bookish friends I do in my life. They're all wonderful people. And we recently got together for our Friendsgiving bash. And as any bookish person knows, your shelves usually are overflowing. So you have extra things, you have multiple copies of books, you just got stuff you want to get rid of. Hey, your bookish friends at your Friendsgiving party get first dibs. I got a whole bunch of new books. A lot of these are books that I wanted to pick up anyway, so I was like, yes, they're free. Friendsgiving is the way to be. I was so excited. One quick thing before we get into the books I hauled. Oh, do you guys remember this awesome hooded blanket I got from Imposia? In case you don't, I'm going to put a little image over there, but it has a book stag on it, and I love it, and it's super cozy, and it's got like this fleecy material inside. It's super thick. I love it so much. I wanted to let you guys know, hey, oh my gosh, the store is finally restocking. They will have everything available until December 2nd, and then after that, I think it's going to be cutting it maybe a little close for shipping for Christmas. But if you want to go on and you want to buy some of the blankets, I will have a link down below. And use my codes if you want a discount. I'm going to put them on the screen. If you want 10% off your order plus, hey, free domestic shipping, use the code Amanda1. Also, if you want to buy more than one blanket, I also have a code for that. So if you buy one blanket, you get the second one 50% off. So buy one, get one 50% off. Awesome deal and free shipping. Use the code Amanda2. If you want to go buy one of the hooded blankets from Imposia, I will have all the info down below, and use my code. You will save some coin. Also, since it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, I figured, hey, let's do like a little bookish book haul. Let's get into the spirit, because these are books that I am thankful I got at my Friendsgiving event. Let's get into all the cool goodies I got. First off, I have Hope in Red by Jon Skovron. And I hadn't heard of this book before, but I mean, cover goals. It's gorgeous. So I grabbed it and I was like, yes, this is for me. Thank you very much. It's about Hope and Red. They're two different characters, and they both have their reasons for hating this empire, I'm assuming. And they're both kind of orphans, and they both have been raised as like instruments of vengeance. And I guess they team up and they're like, we're taking down these motherfuckers. And like there's gonna be like crazy cool adventures and capers and like taking down an evil empire. And I love stories like that. Also, the cover is amazing. It's from Orbit. Orbit does really cool fantasies usually, so I am feeling this so much, and I kind of really love, everyone loves a good like vengeance story. They're always so much fun and like bloody, so I am loving this one. I am so excited I got it. I also got this really pretty copy of The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 1 of the Mistborn trilogy. I genuinely so very much enjoyed the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, and I mean, yes, I already own it, but I don't have the Gollins, like, edition, which is beautiful, so I need it. Basically, this world, there is an evil overlord. There's a common theme in fantasy, if you haven't noticed. And there's this group of people called the Ska. They live in, like, slavery, and they're all like, you know what? We're gonna not be slaves no more. And they all kind of have this uprising against, like, the nobles. And also there's this cool elemental magic system, and it's, you know, an evil empire they gotta take down, and there's other evil things, and it's great. It's just high fantasy goodness, and I really enjoy this series. And I got this really, really pretty UK edition, so yay! I mean, I don't need an extra copy of this book, but like I need the extra copy of this book because it's so pretty. Book problems. I also got a copy of The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I had a copy of this that I got at a library book sale, but it is beat up. And then I found this one, which is brand new. Like, look at this edge. It's a crisp edge. Like, it's sexy. I love crisp edges on books. And this one is so crisp. And I've been wanting to read this for so long. I get recommended this book so often, and like, I'm thinking that's going to be my goal in 2020 is to finally read this, because I get recommended it so many times. And I want to see what the hype's about, you know? It's about like a mysterious circus that's only open at night, and two rival magicians who are like competing against each other, and then like they fall in love with each other, and I was like, ooh, there's like magic and love and circuses, and it's got like all these things that make me excited when I think about them. And I've been wanting to read this book for a long time, so now I have this very beautiful crisp edition of it. So I think 2020, it's happening. I'm gonna read in 2020 definitely. I also got Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and I hadn't heard of this one. There's a lot of like sci-fi books I don't hear about because I'm more of a fantasy type of girl than a sci-fi type of girl. But I saw this one and it seems really cool, like cover goals, it seems gorgeous, and I am intrigued. I do kind of want to read a bit more sci-fi, and it seems kind of interesting. It's basically people left Earth because Earth is fucked, and they're like, well, I gotta find a new place to be, and then they look at these star maps and they find this planet and they get there and they're like, oh shit, it's already terraformed and everything? Baller, let's go! So they get there and they're like, oh, wait a minute, there are people here already. Oh shit. And apparently they don't get along with each other, and then things happen that are maybe violent. I don't know. But it seems very cool, and this was highly recommended to me by someone whose opinion I trust about sci-fi. So I am fascinated by this. I do want to try more sci-fi books. This is like the series I probably read the least of, so let's go with this. I'm interested. Also, hey, guess who got a Stephen King book for free? It was this girl. It was this girl right here. I got one for free, and it was Pet Sematary, which I have not read, but I do want to read things by Stephen King because I really have not read anything. Like, I read the short stories collection, Different Seasons. That is the only thing I've ever read from Stephen King. So I really want to try something else. And also, this one doesn't seem like exorbitantly long, like a lot of Stephen King books. I think this one's probably gonna be like 400 pages or something. Yeah, 465 pages. That is like a normal amount of pages of a book. I don't want to read like 1,000 pages of something. So this seems like doable. I'm also kind of like the tab they have here for like what section it should be in. And the section is Iconic Terror. So I was like, okay, I like you calling it what it is, Iconic Terror. Excellent. I mean, Pet Sematary has been in the popular culture for long enough. We all kind of know what it's already about, so there's no point in me trying to synopsize it. But essentially, there's this like creepy cemetery in the woods, and I assume it's like an Indian burial ground type thing, but if you bury stuff there, it comes back to life in a creepy way. Doesn't come back right. Sometimes dead is better. That is the iconic line from the movie, and maybe the book, but I finally got a Stephen King book. I am super excited, and it's not like intimidatingly long, so I might actually read this. This might happen. I'm very excited about it. I also picked up Shakespeare Undead by Laurie Handeland, and I grabbed it just because I was like, Shakespeare Undead, killing it. Love the title, love the aesthetic. I don't really need to know more, I just want this. Cover by. Love. And it's kind of going back into like Elizabethan era England and Shakespeare time, and they're like, hey, so what was Shakespeare like really about? Because he wrote like a lot of stuff. Did he have help? Is he secretly like undead? Were there zombies? What is going on? So it's just basically putting zombies and vampires and shit in Elizabethan England with Shakespeare. All of that sounds great. It sounds like crazy Mad Libs that works. So I don't need to know anymore. Honestly, it's a cover by, but I feel like solid about this cover by. Like I feel like this is a good choice. And I am so fascinated by this. I would love a Shakespeare zombie story. Why do they not already exist? I am obsessed. I want to read this so much. I also got Salvaged by Madeline Roux, and I have seen this cover on Instagram a lot, and I was like, ooh, tell me more. Like, it is so pretty, and I was so fascinated by it. It's also sci-fi, and oh, it's just a gorgeous cover. So kind of a cover pickup, but also I have heard great things about it. So I did want to pick this up because I also want to read more sci-fi. I'm just going to read you like this like main part here. It says, a woman on the run, a captain adrift in space. One of them is infected with an alien parasite. Yes. All of that already. I only need to read that like one sentence and I'm in. Like so much. I kind of really like creepy, like, space infection type stories, because they don't really have space zombies, but they have space, like, infections and, like, pathogens and parasites and stuff. Like, that is so scary to me. Like, there could be a lot of scary elements of this, and I'm not sure if it's more sci-fi or it's horror. I'm not really sure right now, but I am so intrigued. This is definitely a book I definitely wanted to read, so I am very thankful that my friends had an extra copy, because this is the ARC. They had an extra copy, and they're like, hey, do you want this? And I'm like, yes, I do. Gimme. So, yes, I have the best friends, basically, and they have amazing taste in books. I also picked up Docile by K.M. Sparsa, and I was recommended this one. Like, I saw it, and, like, everyone's like, oh, Amanda, you should read this one. Like, this one is for you. And I was like, really? And they're like, it's kind of like a really horrendous 50 Shades. And I'm like, you're not selling it well. And it's, essentially, there's this world, and it's kind of like a crazy take on capitalism where it's gone too far. And to be a docile, essentially, is you sell your whole body and self to someone. They own your contract, and they can do whatever they want with you for money. And it also kind of deals with consent. Like, is there consent in this? Because you sign a contract, even though you might not want to do those things, you really don't have the option of saying no because you signed this contract. So is there consent? And it kind of goes into interesting things with that, and it's also capitalism horror story, and I'm like, okay, like, you sold it to me on that. So I am fascinated by it. I don't know how dark it's gonna get. Like, this might get, like, really dark, and I might be, like, uncomfortable reading it, but I think that's kind of the point. So yeah, I am, like, side-eyeing it. I'm, like, fascinated. It's also put out by Tor, which is, like, a science fiction fantasy company. So I was like, okay, like, it's kind of dystopian, maybe. I'm into it. I am definitely intrigued. They sold me on it. So I might try this one out because it seems pretty cool. It is the ARC, and I mean, it's got a good cover. The cover is eye-catching, and I'm fascinated with how this could go. It might be pretty cool. I'm kind of, like, hesitant when it comes to dystopians in general because they're hard to pull off, but I am cautiously optimistic about this. I also got a copy of Fireborne by Rosaria Munda, and I've been wanting this one. It was an option for Book of the Month Club. By the way, I'm an affiliate. Use my link down below if you want to sign up. And I was this one or another book, and I chose the other book, and I did really want to read this one. So hey, you know, it's kind of like The Secret. I put out into the universe that I want this book, and, like, it found its way to me, so that's exciting. And it has mother effing dragons in it. Like, do I need to say more? Probably not, but I will. So there's dragons, and there's this world, and essentially it was really messed up, and then there's this violent revolution, and now it doesn't matter what class you're born into, anybody can train to be a dragon rider person. And there's kind of people who want to go back to the old ways where the poor people got shit on all the time. And is going to be revolution maybe again, and there's dragons in this world. So, I mean, you had me at dragons, but everything else seems kind of cool. It's definitely fantasy. I have heard good things about this, surprisingly. So, I am, like, super pumped I got it. It, like, came into my life, and I've been wanting it, and I found it, and I got it for free, so I'm very excited. The last book I picked up was Dear Girls by Ali Wong, and I just grabbed this solely because I love Ali Wong. Like, have you guys seen her Netflix specials? She's brilliant. I love her. Sometimes I do like to listen to comedy biography stories, like Tina Fey had one, Amy Poehler had one. I do like the audiobooks for those, because usually the author herself or author themselves read it, and I'm like, okay, Ali Wong, like, I want to get this on audiobook and, like, have, like, a cool car trip, you know what I mean? Just listen to her tell her stories, and I think it's going to be better with the audio element because it's going to have all of the inflections that I might not pick up on just in the text. So, yes, killing it. I love Ali Wong. I just wanted it because I saw Ali Wong and I was like, yes, gimme. So I'll have to try to get, like, the audiobook from the library, but yes, Ali Wong. I don't need to say anything else. She's hilarious. I love her. Alright, this was a lovely little book haul. I have the best bookish friends who share books, and I bring books and we all trade, and it's wonderful. Yay Friendsgiving, yay Thanksgiving, yay book hauls. Everything is great right now. I'm so happy. Let me know in a comment down below. Have you read any of these books? And if so, did you love them? Did you hate them? Just let me know which ones of these books you think I'm gonna like the best. Because I did pick up some sci-fi, which I don't read a lot of. So I guess give me recommendations for sci-fi down below if you know one that's super good you think I would like. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And happy Thanksgiving! I hope you have the best Thanksgiving tomorrow if you are in the US, because I believe it's a US holiday. So if you're in the US, happy Thanksgiving to you. Otherwise, happy Thursday to everybody. I will see you all soon. So, bye!